Jack Smith's legal battle was unlike any other in recent American history. His work put him at the center of America's political storm, where every decision carried enormous consequences. Appointed as special counsel, Smith was tasked with investigating and ultimately indicting former President Donald Trump on two major fronts: mishandling classified documents, a charge that struck at the heart of national security protocols, and attempting to overturn the 2020 election, a case that tested the very foundations of American democracy. These cases raised urgent questions about national security, the rule of law, and the integrity of democracy itself, as millions of Americans watched closely. The investigations unfolded in real time, as Trump campaigned for a return to office, making every legal move a matter of public and political scrutiny, with the media dissecting each new development. Smith's team insisted they followed the facts and the law, determined to remain impartial despite the intense spotlight. But the timing of the indictments, so close to the 2024 election, sparked fierce debate and accusations of political motivation. The legal process was designed to be independent, shielded from outside influence, but separating law from politics proved nearly impossible in such a charged environment. As the election neared, controversy grew, not just over Trump's actions, but over Smith's own conduct, as critics and supporters alike questioned his motives and methods. In the end, the investigator would become the investigated, as the nation watched, divided and uncertain about what justice would truly mean. The Hatch Act is a federal law passed in 1939, designed to protect the integrity of government by keeping partisan politics separate from official duties. It's a cornerstone of American democracy, aiming to ensure that government employees serve the public, not political parties or candidates. The law is meant to keep politics out of government work, so federal employees can focus on their jobs without political pressure or influence. It bars most executive branch employees from using their official roles to influence elections. No campaign activity on the job, no using government resources for politics, and no pressuring co-workers to support a candidate. The law is enforced by the Office of Special Counsel, an independent agency that investigates complaints and can recommend penalties for violations, ranging from warnings to removal from federal service. The Hatch Act's goal is to ensure public servants act impartially, not as political operatives, so the public can trust government decisions are made fairly. In Jack Smith's case, critics questioned whether his prosecutorial decisions were timed to impact the 2024 election, raising concerns about the appearance of political motivation. If a prosecutor speeds up or delays a case to affect a candidate, that could cross the line and violate the spirit of the Hatch Act. This is the tightrope Smith was accused of walking, balancing the pursuit of justice with the need to avoid even the appearance of political bias. The investigation into Jack Smith was set in motion by a formal complaint from Senator Tom Cotton, a prominent Republican voice in Congress. The letter, delivered to the appropriate authorities, called for immediate scrutiny of Smith's conduct as special counsel. Cotton alleged that Smith's aggressive push for speedy trials and his requests for extended court filings were not just legal maneuvers, but a calculated political strategy intended to damage Donald Trump's presidential campaign. According to Cotton, these actions were carefully timed to ensure a high-profile trial and potentially a conviction would take place before the pivotal 2024 election, possibly influencing its outcome. By invoking the Hatch Act, a law designed to prevent federal employees from engaging in partisan political activity, Cotton argued that Smith was crossing the line from impartial prosecutor to political actor. The Office of Special Counsel responded by opening a formal probe, seeking to determine whether Smith's actions were legally justified or if they violated ethical boundaries set for federal prosecutors. Now under investigation, Smith was required to defend his professional conduct and decision-making before the government's ethics watchdog, facing intense scrutiny from both legal experts and the public. The stakes were incredibly high. Was this simply standard legal practice, or a deliberate attempt to sway the outcome of a national election? The answer to that question would have far-reaching national consequences, shaping public trust in the justice system and the integrity of American democracy. Smith's legal team responded forcefully, calling the allegations baseless. They argued every action, requests for speedy trials, longer briefs, was routine in complex federal cases and always subject to a judge's approval. These were not secretive maneuvers, but standard, transparent legal steps. Smith's lawyers insisted he was motivated by the rule of law, not politics. Delays, they argued, would have undermined justice in such serious cases. Their defense: Smith was a career prosecutor, not a partisan actor. The goal was a timely, fair resolution, not political advantage. After Trump won the 2024 election, Smith's office moved to dismiss both indictments, following DOJ policy that a sitting president can't be prosecuted. The cases ended on a technicality, not on the facts, leaving the core allegations unresolved. Meanwhile, the Hatch Act probe into Smith continued, focusing on his process, not the outcome. Smith's team maintained their actions were standard. Critics said it was political interference. The probe's outcome could reshape how future political investigations are handled. The dismissal reignited debate. Is anyone above the law? Smith's case highlights the challenge of prosecuting political figures in a divided nation. The final verdict on Smith's conduct could set a precedent for years to come.